So I'm walking home and I have a rock in my shoe. And there's nowhere easy to sit down and take it off. That's not true. There's a place I can pass by. I'm going to pass through town. I could take off my shoe and get the rock out of my shoe that's digging into my foot. But let's think metaphorically about it. And our lives and the things that give us pain that are really optional, that we could fix. Because pain is part of life. And I'm not sure I know the right pronunciation, but in Hinduism I believe there's a phrase called all is duk or dukkha or something. Sorry about my ignorance and shit. But hard to know everything. And it's hard to remember stuff we learned almost 40 years ago now. All is suffering. And I don't agree with that. We have optional suffering. And we used to be stuck in the cultures we lived in, but we no longer have to be. This is why I'm interested in cultural design, where we can pick and choose from every culture around the world, from all time and all places. We can assemble even things that weren't from a culture. We can make up new shit. And we can decide what is the type of bondage we wish to live under. And I know that there's this idea of total freedom and stuff, but and I know it's complicated. Like, I have a hard time communicating with people about this. You know, they have this concept, no man is an island, right? And let's make that person rather than man, just to be a little less sexist. That only men are dumb enough to live on an island and live in a fucking forest the way I do. But actually, that's not true. Probably some rare chick out there. Oh, it's digging into my foot hard. The pain of life that exists. So we can choose to live a different way. Now, we will still not be alone, and we will still be victims of the society around us, and we will still need things from it. Nobody's self-sufficient. I actually kind of dislike the term self-sufficiency, because nobody's really self-sufficient. I mean, taken to the extreme level, perhaps somebody is, but I would suggest almost nobody wants to be. It's ridiculous. And you'll die. So, fuck. Get away from me. It's my fucking dog. Here, I'll show you my dog. Hey, you cutie baby? Yeah. Okay, go away. Fuck off. I just kicked my dog. But I kicked my dog lightly. Will you get away from me? Jesus, fuck. It's thunder, which means rain. And I hope to get home without getting rained on, but if I do, I'm prepared. Suffering is something I think most people are wusses, really, about. Like, grow the fuck up. You know, be able to suck it up and not worry about physical comfort or pain. You know, you can suck up a lot more pain than you think. Oh, I just felt a few raindrops. Temporary discomfort doesn't mean shit. Toughen up, buttercup. And stop being part of the problem. I really recommend that people look in the mirror and evaluate. I mean, I don't know who I'm talking to, okay? I kind of dislike videos where people tell you how you should be and what a dumb fuck you are. Because, you know, I see these from like 20-nothing-year-old chicks who are cute. And they get lots of positive reinforcement, of course, for being 20-nothing chicks who are cute. And, you know, some of them just fall into this pattern of giving orders to people of like how to be better people and good and stuff. And it's like hard to take them seriously. They don't know shit, you know. They seriously have never been anywhere and done anything. And so they're in no position to tell anyone what the fuck to do. And it isn't that everything they say is bad. Some of it's actually good advice. But the way that they're so confident in ordering other people what to do, it's like they're little, you know, dominatrixes or something. And all these little slavish something men. Or what else do they call those guys? Simps. They're all just like, oh, wonderful shit. And it's like, I don't know. You'll get older and wiser, and you'll find out that the whole world doesn't serve you. But young women have it very different than young men. Young men are mostly considered worthless until they can prove themselves and then turn over all the value that they work for to a woman. This is how the matriarchy works. And I'm going to write more about that, but I know I'm going to get major shit for it. Because, you know, a big goal of women who are in charge of society, industrial society, is to show that they're not, that they're victims. You know, even though they, you know, aren't punished for their crimes when they do them. Even though, you see, I really don't want to get into it because it's just going to piss off a lot of women who really don't want to be pissed off, and they're so arrogant in their absolute control. Like, what is this believe women bullshit? Don't believe women, okay? I mean, that's just scraping the top of it. It's so much deeper than that. Like, one of the reasons I didn't have kids is because I knew that I would never actually be able to have a child. I would never be able to own the child, raise them. You know, I would have been divorced and have children that were raised to hate me and see me as a cash machine through their mom. So I knew that I should just expect to never be able to have a relationship with children. I would never be able to genetically reproduce and not be cut off from my own children. And I, you know, understand that because of how I was raised with men that were cut off from me for various reasons. It's kind of complicated, and maybe I don't wish to get that personal about it at this moment. And my own case doesn't matter. It's the general case of what happens around the world, that men are cut away from children. And it's not even good for them. I mean, unless you think men are inherently evil, then you should want men in children's lives to make them have that influence, because men are not inherently bad. And, you know, I don't like to stereotype genders that much because I don't think it's very useful. But there are differences between men and women. And I'm not sure what those are because, you know, I'm barely a man myself. On the other hand, I'm 100% male. You know, and I reject gender roles. You know, I'm the man I want to be. You know, I don't like sports or cars or whatever stereotype bullshit you want to put on men. Oh, shit. Hi. Hi. Holy fuck. That dog is not normally one that gets out. You notice how as soon as it was across the gate, it was suddenly not as aggressive. And I almost feel that way. This actually fits in well with the conversation and the metaphor about men and women. Like they have these fake differences that they don't need to have. And that once they actually have to deal with each other, they're intermittently nice to each other. Fuck. Although I feel like there's a lot that is lost in appreciating the position of men. And I'm not some kind of meninist or really a men's rights activist, although I don't think we should be chopping up the genitalia of any children. And it's weird to me that people understand why that's bad to do to little girls, but they're happy to do it to little boys. They'll defend that. I'm not a big fan. And yeah, I'm cut myself. But, you know, everything still works. So it's not as bad, I realize. It's not the same thing. And I'm not an expert on that, but I'm not a fan either way. Like, what is this bizarre fetish that some people seem to have for chopping up the genitals of children in whatever culture? Fuck those cultures. Stop chopping up little children's genitals, you pervert fucks. I actually believe that with the right attitude from some good men and women. Hi. See, this dog could actually go through that. Oh, it is going through the fence. Hi. You want to be a nice boy? You be a nice boy? It's okay. It's okay. I think that with some people of the right attitude who are neither really super male, they want to be super male or super female, you know, that we could actually have people have good gender relations and make some kind of customs regarding removing the bad aspects of both genders. And just get rid of all that sexist shit. I mean, do you really love the sexist shit so much? Do you want to promote it? Is that part of your identity so much that you must protect it? I hope not. Because I've been fucked over by women. Lying, horrible women. 2 of them. I would say, out of the many I've interacted with on an intimate level, because, you know, it's not hard for me to, you know, be popular and amusing and, I guess, sexy. Hey, baby, how you doing? And so I think if you got the right people together who really didn't identify as that being the most important thing in their life, you could actually pretty easily set up consensual, happy times as friendship or intimacy, and everybody wins out of that. We can just skip all this sexist bullshit that has caused so much horrible interactions, and we can become beyond feminism, masculinism, oppression, gender oppression, that with the right group of people, we can just have that not be that important. And it doesn't matter if people are heterosexual or gay, or lesbian, I guess. There's terminology issues, whatever the fuck. I don't give a shit about any of it. I would like that. That'd be nice. Most relationships I've had have not been focused on that kind of shit. They've been pleasant, wonderful, and I've known mostly really awesome women, and hopefully we all serve each other as people. Adios.